Hi again. Like I said, I'm prolific. Fourth video in 2 days, I guess. Um, Gonna do the video that I originally discussed in my first video, where I was kind of teasing at shipping comics and some comics I'd recently received and potential issues in shipping, receiving comics, how they can be avoided, how to better package, and what I like to see when I'm receiving comics, and also to solicit other people. What do you like when you're receiving your books? Yeah. So a little fit check here first. Been doing this. Yeah, classic Frank Miller Dark Knight shirt. Just pick this up actually. I'm gonna try to spin the spinner rack a little more often so you can see some more of the books I have displayed in the spinner. And I might switch up some of the books in the background sometimes too. We'll do the room tour. I'm gonna do a couple of alterations to the walls here. I have a couple of books arriving that I think will take priority for being displayed. One book that I talked about in a previous video, I wound up buying. But for this video, I'm just going to go through some of the things that I recently received. These all of these were eBay buys. I think some of these are pretty standard, and I think others are really really cool. So first I bought a 3 pack of different covers for the Absolute Batman #3. So yeah, starting with the first, the standard cover, cover A, which is fantastic. Again, I think the Absolute Batman, the design of the Batman is really cool in this, and I think it's one of the reasons why people have been picking it up. Story is okay. I think it's a little bit derivative of Dark Knight, but it's kind of like, what if Bruce Wayne were broke, and kind of Dark Knight storyline ish. But a second cover, this one, kind of a cool cover. Same comic, obviously. The Absolute #3. I didn't see the artist on this. It's okay. There are a lot of the variants that I think are better than this one, but I like that they're doing cool variants with different artists. And then the third, this is one of my favorite artists working right now. I just sent some stuff off to CGC for the signature event for this artist. I sent him a few books to sign and have graded and slabbed. But third variant, Gabriel Delato, who I think is brilliant. I think he does a lot of this kind of darker, kind of posed things, but it's always really got a horror movie vibe to me, and I think this is no different. I think he's one of the best comic artists working right now, and I think almost everything he drops is just fantastic. So yeah, really happy to have that one. Then picked up another thing from one of my other favorite working artists, the person I think most people kind of like, but Nick Zierdy did a Vampirella, which love Vampirella and love Nick Zierdy. I think he does kind of like the hot woman motif better than most, and I think most people would be on board with that. But yeah, that is a fantastic Vampirella cover, and yeah, we'll go in with all my Zierdy books. And next, I picked up another Vampirella. This is the 2024 Holiday Special. This is a sketch variant of this cover. I have the actual cover arriving as well, and boy, that is. I'm gonna do this again. Yeah, much better. Let's let the Okay, there we go. Waiting for the camera to focus. It was taking a little bit there. This is a really good camera too, so it took a little while. Couple things. Obviously, Vampirella, but then the elf here pulling kind of like the Coppertone ads from like the 1970s. That's kind of what's going on there. And there's some other covers like that where they have the kind of Coppertone with the dog pulling at the character. But this one I thought was fantastic. I think this Dynamite company is doing really cool stuff. And yeah, this is no different. I really like this one a lot. Then I got a couple slabs here. One is Weird Science number 20. This is the one where they have all the people in the tubes. It's a Ray Bradbury story in here. Wallywood cover. It's only 1.5, but I think the cover is really cool, which most of these kind of golden age books that are like similar to this are cover buys. So getting a cool cover is really what we're looking for on this, and I got a really good deal on it. I think I paid like $99 total for that. I think, but yeah, another one. Happy to add it to the Golden Age stuff. I've been going heavy on Golden Age recently, particularly Golden Age slabs. I think in the future, I think Golden Age are just going to continuously rise in value. Plus, I love them. I love the books. But I think that there's more long-term value in Golden Age. And then, like, other than, like, the really significant keys in Silver Age, I think Golden Age in general has got the most potential for, like, long-term investment. Next was one I was prospecting on, and I received this one with a bit of an issue. So I'd like to talk about that one first, and then we're going to do an opening of something that I received that I've been saving. But got this West Coast Avengers 45, the first White Vision, and in a 9.6. I did not pay very much for this. But this I'm kind of prospecting on. In 2026, there's going to be a new Disney series. Next, like the WandaVision next series, it's called Vision Quest, and it's going to feature the White Vision. Now, I think this is really down right now. I think it was much higher after the first WandaVision series, and a 9.8 still will run you some money, but like a 9.6 you can get extremely cheap, and I think there's some play in that. I think you can do very well, potentially. Don't take my advice. Don't do as I do. I don't always do well. So next is where, I'm sorry, I wanted to talk about how I received this. This slab was sent to me in a bubble wrap envelope with some cardboard bent around it. I don't know how you all feel. It arrived safely, but I think it arrived safely in spite of the packaging, not because of the packaging. I think this, and this was sent from someone with over 30,000 sales on eBay. Some sketchy feedback amongst the 30,000. I think it's insane to send a slab book in a paper bubble envelope. I mean, I believe that if you're sending a slab, you should package it carefully. You don't want that slab to be cracked. I mean, it could be just this kind of bubble wrap envelope with this goofy cardboard that you've bent around it. It might protect it from like falling, but it's not going to protect it from getting like crushed or something like that. I'm sending out a slab today. Someone on eBay purchased one of those Ultimate Batmans. Came to a pretty good price. Did not go for $140. They are not going for that anymore. But it went for about $100. So this is how I am packaging a slab. I won't show you the person's address. But yeah, this is in a bubble wrap sleeve. Well, it's in Mylar. I sent all of my slabs are in Mylar, and I send them out in Mylar as well. And it is in a bubble wrap envelope, and then bubble wrapped around that, and then in the box itself. And I always send FedEx. I have had nightmare experiences with the Postal Service, and FedEx Ground is comparable in pricing. So yeah, I like to hear anybody's thoughts on that. Are you of the mindset that if it arrives safely, it's fine, or should you take all the care you can? I think you should take all the care you can. I left positive feedback on this, but I did kind of drop a tip, like, hey man, maybe you might want to consider packaging this more carefully. Then we come to this. This is a modern comic shipment. I have taped over all of the sensitive information, my own address and the address of the person sending it. But this is just a paper envelope, and I can feel inside that it's just, again, cardboard bent around comic books. Now, I know people used to send comics this way, but we have better methods that are really not that expensive. Like, this the nobody wrote even like "do not bend" or "fragile" on this at all. This could be easily bent and put into a mailbox, which I have a mailbox like that where postal service employee can bend it and put it in there. And I've received, the only books I've ever received damaged from shipment have been sent this way. Gemini mailers exist, and it's what most people use, and most people use it for a reason. Again, I think this is inadequate, and I think if you were shipping books in the 90s and this is how you shipped, I think I'm an older guy. I think you need to get with the times. I think you need to ship your books in Gemini mailers. I don't think you need like a whole wad of tape or all of that in there. I think they can be very secure, which is a couple pieces of painter's tape, and they will arrive safely most of the time, unless there's like some tragic thing. But let's see. I'm going to open this, and I believe the books are going to be okay. I don't see damage to this. Again, Mike Jones knife and tool. I made a mistake yesterday. I didn't say Mike Jones knife and tool in the video. But okay, so then a postal service envelope in there. Okay. Great. So we will open that as well. And this kind of typical stuff that you see. Someone bent some cardboard around the comic, and then they put a bunch of tape around it. There's another piece, and that's what's supposed to protect the book. I know a lot of people might be saying that I'm being pedantic, and if the book arrives safely, that's all that matters. Or I might even get the comments that I have shipped books this way for many, many years and never had a problem. Well, I have. The only books, like I said, that I've ever received that were damaged were packaged in this way, and it's because they were bent. They were bent by the post office. So, yeah, this is a bit of a pet peeve, and it's a little bit of a rant. I'm going to try not to get too crazy about it, because like I said, I think the book is going to be fine. But now, here I have to cut this tape, which is always an adventure in and of itself. And let's see. So yeah, the book is just loose in there. And it was kind of sandwiched in there. Let's put this back on this light so we can really kind of see this. The book appears to be fine as far as I can tell. It's bent. Damn it. I believe. It looks like this didn't work, did it? So it looks to me like I can't tell if this is no. So it is bent. Color break. Right there you can see. So yeah, Gong Show, clown level packaging, and the book is bent. This is a brand new Spawn, and it's Mark Spears art. Yeah, disappointed, and I think vindicated making this video. I don't know that the packaging did this, or if the clown car shipper sent me a bent book or bent it while they were sandwiching it between their goofy cardboard that they mailed this in. But yeah, it is. It's a damaged brand new book, and that is unfortunate. So, yeah, what do you think? Am I being hyperbolic? Is it reasonable to expect people to use modern shipping methods, even if they've shipped with this kind of antiquated packaging for many, many, many years, where they just bent a bunch of cardboard and shoved it into a paper envelope? My instinct is I'm not being hyperbolic. I think that this is inadequate, and honestly, I think people need to call it out. I think I'm not saying that you should leave negative feedback if you receive a book that's in perfectly fine condition. I don't know that it's warranted to do that, but I think you should make it known that you should take care in delivering a book in the same condition that the person saw it online. And I think this is particularly true in books which are not easily replaced. I receive Golden Age books that are packaged this way all the time. Like, I think more often than not, people who have Golden Age books for sale will send them in subpar packaging. And I think it's mostly because I think people who are collecting a lot of Golden Age books have been doing this for a long time, and they're still trying to ship things the way they did in the 90s, and thinking that it's still completely okay, and it's just not. I don't know if maybe back then the postal service employees, maybe they were better, but they're not great right now. And I've received at least 3 times where there was damage to the book because of the packaging. But yeah, let me know if you're one of the people who packages this way, and you're willing to die on that hill and defend it. I'd like to hear from you. I am not going to agree with you, but there might be a counterpoint to this. I think the cost is so similar. I mean, it's within $1 or $2 difference. I can't see that being the reason. But yeah, like, comment, and subscribe. And if you stuck with us again to the end, I really, really appreciate you. I appreciate the people who've given me some feedback and who have subscribed. I am going to try to do a little better. I don't know that I'm going to get rid of the ums. Maybe as I get more comfortable, that'll happen. But for now, this is kind of the way it's going. Anyway, yeah, thanks again for watching, and hope the rest of your weekend is great. Cheers.